SL Narayanan, the Group CFO of the Sun Group, joins us now on the recent turmoil in the SpiceJet counter, both the air ticket counter as well as in the stock counter. Mr. Narayanan, good morning and thank you very much for joining us. I know these are very troubled times, but what is the latest? Oil companies have stopped fueling. Have all your flights or many of your flights been grounded?
Yeah, that is a fact. Unfortunately, we've had a situation which has been forced on our hands as a result of lack of fuel supply. I just want to put this in a bit of a historical perspective. We have never defaulted on fuel payments, and we've always paid in advance and lifted fuel. And the last financial year, if my memory serves me right, we paid more than 3,000 crores to the oil marketing companies. So what we've had as a situation is just 2 days or 3 days of overdues, and the whole house has come crashing down on us. I do acknowledge that people have to work within systems and processes laid down by their respective managements. But clearly, we have been a very, very consistent customer of all these companies. And at a time when we needed this succor, it was not forthcoming, which is why we actually went to Delhi to seek for assistance.
Mr. Narayanan, good morning. We were given to understand that a request would be made to the OMCs to extend the credit line to SpiceJet for about 15 days. That has not come through?
I am not privy to internal correspondence between the organs of the government, but clearly the indication that was given to us, I must acknowledge here the Ministry of Civil Aviation has been exemplary. I can't thank the Secretary and his staff enough. They've been outstanding, and I saw the speed with which the Government of India moved on Monday. In fact, I went and told the people in the government that we are unable to raise financing from the banking system because there is almost fear, I won't even say risk aversion. People are living in mortal dread of lending to airline companies, and I don't blame the banks. This is a sector which has been extremely stressed out because of some fatal policy missteps in the past.
So, Mr. Narayanan, how much money does SpiceJet need at this point in time to survive? And why can't the promoter put in more money, as a bridge finance, at least till an investor is found? What is the status as far as the Marans putting in more money is concerned?
Sonia, I don't know whether to laugh or cry at this question, because let me just put some statistics on the table. FY12, SpiceJet lost about 600 crores. FY13, it lost about 189 crores. And the most recent financial year, it lost 1,003 crores. The first quarter of this fiscal, it lost 133 crores. And in the second quarter, it was a little over 300 crores. So 1,800 crores in the last 3 completed fiscal years, and about 443 crores in the first half. And Mr. Maran has so far invested about 1,600 crores by himself and the investment vehicle CAL Airways Private Limited. And post acquisition of a controlling interest, he has pumped in more than 800 crores. And it's not like we want to run away from our obligations. We actually want to raise more money because I see a great opportunity in the sector, because Brent has fallen from $115 a barrel to $59 a barrel. And this is the time we are also shifting into high season, and ticket prices are very high for last minute sales. But just when everything looked better, in fact in the most recent quarter we have halved our operating losses by 50%. And it's not like Mr. Maran has not funded. To the best of our ability we've done it. The family office does not have the liquidity to pump in 600 crores at this time now, and which is why we needed help to get this money sourced from the banking system. And he's willing to give a personal guarantee, but nobody wants to accept it.
Okay. So what's the way out now, Mr. Narayanan? Very much like a bank, an airline that is seen not being able to operate will find that curse self-fulfilling. more people will pull out from advance tickets which they may have booked, and fresh passengers will be wary of booking for fear of being stranded or not even being repaid if the flight is cancelled. So what is the way out now?
No, you're absolutely right. In fact, that's exactly what has been forced upon us by the DGCA. I mean, with great respect to the officers of the DGCA, the decision to put us on a 30-day limit for advance booking, that actually sounded the death knell for SpiceJet. And in the last few days, our collections have dropped by something like 90%. And because of this 30-day limit, it has sparked off widespread fear among the travelers. So it's like a run on the bank. Everybody wants to cancel and get their money out. So whatever little money that was coming because of this reduced window of 30 days, that's got completely wiped out because of cancellations and demand for refunds. So it's a double whammy, and that's the reason why we are in this unfortunate situation, and which is why we went to the government to plead for some forbearance.
If you can just tell us, now what the game plan is as far as the Sun Group is concerned. If things get worse, your operations are in any case grounded, are there any assets of the Sun Group that could be leveraged at this point? What is the way forward, you think?
Unfortunately, we cannot leverage any of the media assets. It's not only unethical, it will be very, very lousy corporate governance. We will not go down that path. So the way we've organized our businesses is each strategic business unit is firewalled against each other, and each unit fends for itself. And it's also not fair that a media investor is exposed unnecessarily to the risks of aviation. So we have in fact consistently held that position out. So there is no way Sun TV or the radio or the DTH businesses can ever get leveraged to bail out SpiceJet. It's not going to happen.
What is the amount of money you need now to restart if all the pending bills that cannot be postponed have to be paid, and you have to hold out because passenger confidence has to return? What is the amount of money you need, and do you think that kind of money is accessible from any external investor?
Yeah, just 600 crores would get us going, and I'm very confident that we will turn around and make a decent profit with the current situation in the fuel market. But the real issue is when all creditors land up at the doorstep and everybody wants to get paid at the same time, a stressed company simply cannot survive. Unfortunately, this country doesn't have a framework for bankruptcy restructuring. It happens all the time in the United States. And even in India, there is, a process for corporate debt restructuring. But here is a situation where we need protection, and the promoters are not wanting to shy away from their obligations. We just want to make sure that everybody gets paid. But we just need some time, and we need some financing, and which is why we went to Government of India to plead for that intervention. And I must say they did a manful effort, but it's going to take some time before we get anything into our system.
No investor in sight.
So I still remain hopeful because we have met the officials. I'm still remaining hopeful because the key officials that we met across the three ministries, they have been extremely supportive. But now it has to get into the executive management of banks, petroleum companies and others.
So are you confident that the airline is not shutting down anytime soon?
No, we don't want to shut down. In fact, the government doesn't want us to shut down. But then it takes two to tango end of the day. We just need a little bit of assistance. And if we get the right kind of support, I'm sure we will fly through out of this turbulence.
All right, Mr. Narayan, we leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining us in what's a very troubled time for you and for your group.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. Bye-bye.
Bye.